Babes, I have so much new makeup to go through. We are gonna do a full face of new makeup, and I have the new skin tint by Makeup Forever. I have the new glittery eyeshadows from Half Magic Beauty. I have the powders from What's Up Beauty, and hold on, the highlighters from NYX and the bronzer from Politest Society. I think I'm the most excited about these two products because I know that this one was described in a way where I'm like, I think this might be like a almost like a cream to powder kind of formula. It smells like death. It smells like you're supposed to call someone for extermination. That's what it smells like. Is it supposed to smell like this? I am so very excited to be working with June's Journey again. Have them back on my channel. You know, I love mobile games, and June's Journey is such a beautiful and immersive puzzle solving detector skill kind of a game. This is a hidden objects game where you find hidden objects while searching for clues. The game is set in the 1920s, and we are following this female protagonist, June Parker, hence June's Journey. And she's kind of an amateur sleuth, but she's really smart, and she's trying to solve a murder in the family. And that's how you are thrown into this story. And then the story just progresses. We are traveling, we are meeting new people, we're solving more puzzles, and it's a very interesting storyline. Not only is this, again, a very beautiful finding hidden clues kind of a game, it has different kind of gameplays, and you can always perfect your game, go back, earn more stars. This is something that I really like. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I love going back and continuing the story and finding more objects. It's also a game that's very easy to get into, but the more you play and the more you play the same level again, the harder it gets. And I love being able to challenge myself if I want to get something that's a little bit trickier to do, or to just play on an easier way as well and just follow along with the story. It depends on what kind of mood you're in. And not only is this a problem-solving game where you can find different clues, you also get to decorate your own island. Again, this is the mansion where the whole story begins, and you're able to build on it, expand on it, and build a beautiful garden. You can also join in on different social clubs if you want to find more people to network with, or if you want to do different challenges that you can do in a group as well. This game keeps getting updated all the time, so there's always new things to do. And here you can see my little island. I've been trying to build this really cute garden. I really love the little greenhouse that's over here. I think that's really cute. And then you just press to play. You can see that I am on chapter 5 right now. I'm not going to give anything away because there's a lot of things happening in these different chapters, and I don't want to spoil anything for you. But I definitely have a couple of these that I have already gotten 5 stars on, which is... And then basically says tap anywhere to start. And then you're supposed to be looking for a ball, a shutter, and a scarf. The ball is over here. Did you see it? Got the ball. The windsock is over here. And then you just collect all the items as quickly as possible, try to not make any mistakes, and you collect the stars, collect the clues, and get to see more of the story. I love playing mobile games, either when I'm chilling in the couch, taking a break, traveling, or before I go to bed. I love laying in bed for like 20 minutes and just playing some cute games, and June's Journey is perfect for that because it's so relaxing, so immersive, and so beautiful. June's Journey is free to download, and you can download it either by using the link down in the description box or by scanning the code that you're seeing on the screen. It works on iOS, Android, and you can also play it on PC. So don't forget to check out the game. Like I said, it's free to download. I really love this game, and I hope you will love it too. Thank you so much, June's Journey, for coming back and sponsoring another video on my channel. I really enjoy this game. Let's start with the skin tint. This is the new one from Makeup Forever. I have 2 different shades here. They did send me these in PR. I will link all the things that I'm talking about in the description box, and I will mark down there whether or not I bought them myself or I got them in PR. I would say in this video it's about a 50-50 mix. So I have number 5 and I have number 6, and I think number 6 will be a good shade when I have a little bit more tan. Actually, okay, I live in Texas. It was like 85 today. There was someone laying by the pool today getting a tan, and I was like, babes, it's time. It's that time of the year where people start getting a tan again, and I'm so excited. This, again, this will be shade number 5. I don't know. Oh, it's like a squiggly one. Do you see that? And you press it, and it comes out. You know what? I'm not against that. I'm not against that. And this one is, I think this one is a light to medium, and the other one is more a, like a darker medium. Again, I don't think that will be a good shade for me during... It's March and I have not had a tan for 6 months. So it is definitely the lighter shade. I think actually that is a really good shade for me when I don't have a tan. I will say, I would describe myself as a light medium when I don't have a tan, and then I tan pretty good during the summer. This is supposedly a sheer to medium coverage that leaves a natural radiant finish, whatever that means. I feel like there's been this trend amongst foundations and skin tints this past year to describe everything as natural. Natural matte, natural radiance, natural everything. And I'm just like, it's okay to say radiant. I feel like natural finish has been the buzzword for skin products as of late, and everything is described as a natural finish, but none of them are the same. It's all very confusing. I think overall, Makeup Forever makes amazing foundations, and I am just so excited to be trying a skin tint from them. They're not the luminous, not the glowy HD foundation, but the HD foundation that's the OG, not the OG one, but the OG reformulated one. Am I making sense? That one is one of my favorite foundations in my collection. It's incredible. I don't know if I think this is like radiant. It is more like a little luminous. It doesn't feel greasy, and it's not like shiny. But you can also tell I had a little breakout here from when I had my period, and it didn't cover that one, but it definitely like evened out my skin tone. That looks good. I can also say I do need to exfoliate a little bit around my nose, and it did cling on to some of those patches, which is something that like I usually do not have problem with that, but I can definitely tell that I need to, oh my god, I'm itching, that I need to exfoliate around my nose, and this one did cling on to that one a little bit. I am 41 years old, I have combo oily skin, especially oily in my T-zone, and I live in a humid climate, so I need something that doesn't slid all over my face, get stuck into fine lines, and something that doesn't break up throughout the day, because again, I will be dealing with an oily T-zone. I bought the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. I got this one at Ulta, and I got the shade 2W, which is a warm shade. And I actually bought this one in store, and I am so excited. Do you remember how hyped the Double Wear foundation was? When I started YouTube, which was almost 10 years ago, I joined YouTube in April of 2015, which is 10 years ago. And at that time, the Double Wear was still described as like the ultimate high coverage matte foundation, and people were just going crazy about it. You can still get that foundation. It is still being sold. I think a lot of people has kind of like moved on, not because I necessarily think that like other foundations maybe are better, but because there is this sense sometimes of wanting to try something new, especially when there's so much makeup. There's so much, especially now in 2015 when something was released, people were going crazy about that thing, but it was only like a couple of things being released each month, so it was easier to go crazy about it because this was the thing that was happening this month. If you wanted to wait for the next release, I mean, you could, but then you'd have to wait for a bit. But I feel since there is so much new makeup going on right now, there is this like wanting to see if the new thing is as good or better than the thing that worked before. And I almost feel like we're kind of ruining it for ourselves, because there are so many good makeup products that are actually like better than the new ones that are coming out. But since we're so busy like trying out the new, we never like really use our old favorites. And that's why I have done recently, I've done a bit of like shopping my stash using some old favorites, and I've really been enjoying it. And it seems like so have you. I will say there is definitely a lot of coverage. It is not looking heavy under my like under eyes, and it blended out really good, and it looks not like overly makeup-y. It's gonna be interesting to see how this looks with powder. Do I want to use, I'm going to use my normal under eye powder, which is the one from Glamlight, because I know how this one works. And then I'll use, because I have the What's Up Beauty powders, I'll use those in my T-zone. But I think I'm going to use this one under my eyes. I really like this powder from Glamlight, and I know that this one works. So if the under eyes are not working out the way that I want them to, I know it's the concealer and not the powder. That's also why I tend to not use primers with foundations the first time that I use them, unless I notice when I'm swatching it that the foundation is extremely dewy greasy, because there is just no way that that's gonna work out for me regardless. So I just need to give it like a chance. I just need to give it like a chance. But this one was described as a radiant natural finish, and I'm like, oh, I was gonna use the other one in T-zone, I forgot. I'll use it on the rest of my face. But if I can already tell from just swatching it or from seeing a description that like this just will not work without a primer, I don't feel like it's fair to the foundation to just, I don't know, destined to fail basically. I wanted to use that other powder. We'll use that in a bit then. Should I look at the medium one? Because I have the light and the medium. I haven't even opened this one. So this is from What's Up Beauty, and it is called Wild Dancer Pressed Setting Powder. And oh, there's a little plastic. Oh, that medium will definitely be my shade. There's like a little butterfly here. We'll use a little bit of this, hopefully I won't forget, and we'll use that in a little bit. Should we go into the bronzer? Although I will say it does worry me. Is it supposed to smell like this? Has anyone else tried this? Okay, I have more of these downstairs. I took up the shade that I thought was going to be for me, and this is Club Tropicana. I'm going to smell the ones I have downstairs, and I'll pop up on the screen here somewhere if they smell the same as this one. Oh yeah, I'm like touching it, and it definitely feels like a silky, almost creamy powder. So it's like almost like a hybrid between a cream and a powder. And I'm gonna see if the other ones smell as bad. I like the formula a lot. I remember a while ago MAC released powders, and it was part of their permanent line, and they just smelled so incredibly bad. And I remember there was like a talk in the community that MAC had like released bronzers that had already gone bad, and if you took them to MAC, they would exchange it for a new one. I never did, but I remember that was like a talk, because like they smell, because this one smells expired, and you're like, bitch, why are you putting that on your face? I don't know. It's one of the mysteries of our time. I like the formulation a lot though, but is it supposed to smell like that? Have you been on my channel long enough to remember when I tried those Makeup Revolution palettes that smell like death? This is that, but in 2025. Color is absolutely stunning though. Love the color. I have them here. I can't pull up all of them, but I got, or maybe I can. I got the glosses from Makeup Forever, and I got all the shades, and I have them here. And I was first thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna do a neutral gloss, but I was like, I always do that, and I always say I don't like a sparkly gloss, but let me try on a sparkly gloss. Because in this collection, this is the Super Boost gloss, and they have one, it's called Limitless Brown, and they have this in a lip liner as well. And this one, I haven't even opened it, but this one is almost like a cool toned, darker brown that is sheer, and it has like a blue purple shimmer in it. I don't know if you can see in the component, there's like shimmer in it. Oh, this smells very minty. Oh, this was supposed to be the cooling gloss. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna just use a little bit of the Artist Color Pencil in Anywhere Caffeine. I do have that in a gloss here too, but I want to try and see if we can get some of that cool tone shimmer on the lips. And I'm gonna do my brows as well. Okay, let's see if we can get some of this lip gloss on. I'm loving that it's like a minty cooling one. Uh-huh. I can see some of the shimmer. The thing is with glittery lips, I don't like when they look too overly sparkly. But I don't mind if there's a little shimmer in there, especially if it's like giving something different, like a blue-purple glitter in a brown gloss. Maybe I'm just trying to see if I can blend in and just appreciate some sparkle lips too. But I do appreciate this one, and it looks nice. It's very glass-like, very comfortable, not really sticky. don't really taste like anything. And it is a little bit cooling on the lips, but not like uncomfortably cooling. Okay, it could be about that. I bought one thing myself from MAC, and I don't think we're going to be trying this one today. This is an apricot jelly, and it is the shimmery blush. So this is like a metallic blush that it's with a wand like this, and I don't think we're going to be using this today because I really want to try out one of these trios by Makeup Revolution. So I got these sent to me as PR. So we have the Icon Blush Trio in Aura Points Rose and in Authentic Peach. And are we going to do peach or rose? Because we are going to be using as a foundation a little bit of the Bloom palette. You know what? I think I'm gonna do the peachy one, the one that is called Authentic Peach. I'm gonna show you some swatches of this trio and you can see what it looks like. But basically, I think this is meant to be like their version of the trios by One Size, because it has a cream and it has a lid for the cream, which is pretty nice, honestly, especially for being Makeup Revolution. And I think these are fairly affordable as well. So it's a cream, it's a powder, and it's like a glowy either highlighter or blush topper, depending on how you want to use it. And the reason why I actually decluttered mine from One Size was that I thought it was too pigmented in a way where I couldn't layer these two together because it just ended up being too much on my cheeks. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of the cream. I'm just going in directly with a brush. Oh, this is definitely more on the sheer side. Okay, that is actually nice. I think we're going to do a really blushy look today and then do a fairly easy eye and just top it with one of those super sparkly shadows by Half Magic, because I haven't been able to try those yet. Okay, I'm building up this cream formula and I'm really liking it. You can see it's actually not like dewy. It's more like just looking hydrated. It's definitely not sticky. Okay, I'm liking that. I used to be the biggest fan of like a super bright orange blush, and I still love that, but I have been so into lighter colored blushes as of late, like crazy into it. That's actually really nice. And now I'm gonna go in with a brush and I'm gonna do a little bit of the powder and just, oh yeah, look at how cool they are together. I had a little bit of shimmer on that brush, so that shimmer was just left from the brush, but that is really pretty. I just wanted to brush a little bit on. Okay, so yeah, you can definitely build it up by layering those two on each other. And then let's do the highlighter. Oh, okay, that's way more... That's way more blinding than I thought. Not that I haven't seen a highlighter like this before. I just kind of thought this was going to be more of a demure like blush topper, but this is definitely like a full-on peachy highlighter. Okay. I mean, my cheeks are looking really good. If this one stays on, like if there's some longevity to this product, this is an amazing find. I think it's like $12. And it comes in 4 different colors. These 2 lighter colors and then 2 darker colors. That's incredible, because I thought we were going to layer a highlighter on top because, I mean, I had the highlighters here. But look at that. Okay, we'll layer one of the highlighters on at the end because I have some colored highlighters and I also have the champagne one. We will swatch those towards the end. That is actually crazy. Let me see if I can just finish off with a little bit of like this finishing powder. Let me touch it. Ooh, that's really smooth. It's really smooth. And I can tell, you can probably see here too, that's not a dead matte. So if you're looking for a powder that's not like a dead matte, that could be a good one. It's a shame that I wasn't able to cover that, but hey, here we are. I'll be trying this one out a bit more. And I'll be trying it out and see if I can wear it under my eyes as well, because I love a pressed powder under my eyes when I can find one that I really enjoy. Let me do a little setting spray and a little eye primer, and then we can do a base look with this palette. So this is the Bloom palette by Natasha Denona. This is the latest palette from the brand. This is like a warmy, peachy hug of a palette. And if you like warm tones and you want to stay away from more orangey yellow tones, this is giving warm, but more like, yeah, like petals and blooms and springs. I really enjoyed this palette. If you're more into cool tones, this might not be for you. You can order this from Natasha Denona website, or it's available at Ulta and Sephora as well. I will leave it down below. If you order from Natasha Denona, you can get some money off with the code Angelica ordering this one. So I am gonna do this one here and probably this one under and just blend it, and we'll use, we might even deepen up with this one actually, just these 3 mattes, and then we'll go in. I'm gonna do this quickly. I have a dedicated video on this palette, so if you are interested in that palette, I will leave that video down below, literally doing 2 different looks with this palette, swatches, giving you my thoughts. This will just be me using it again. So if you want to see more about that palette, I do have a dedicated video. But we are just going to start with the orange. Look at that. So beautiful. And you can tell when I start my makeup looks, I never start out like, you know, buffing with the transition shade and going in lightly. I usually start pretty hard with the shadow that I want to be the main attraction of the look. That's the one that I want to have full opacity, being set by the primer, being able to be given as much pigmentation as possible. And then I start blending the edges. A little bit like that. And then we're gonna go in with the peach and blend even more in a bit. So this is the pinky peachy shade Robin, and I am just gonna blend a little bit of that on the edge. And just softening up the edge a little bit. We're just softening up the edge ever so little, just giving a little bit of just gradient before we get into the darker shade that's called Clover. I'm gonna go in with Clover on an EO5. I'm always using my own cinch brushes, and I have those linked down below. There are a bunch of different good brushes on the market, of course. Since I've created these, clearly these fill a purpose for me and how I like to do my makeup. So we are just gonna be deepening up a little bit more with Clover. And then it's time for the shimmer. So I think I will be putting some of the Clover on the lid as well. You see, I'm not putting too much on. I'm just brushing a little bit just to have it as like a base for the shimmer shadow, because I think that these shadows, if I remember how this formula has been before from Half Magic, is meant to be a little bit more like a super sparkly topper shade. I think they've had a couple of these shades from before, or maybe only one, and now they're coming out with more shades. Let me see if I can do, you know what, I'll do that at the end. I'll put something in the inner corner at the end. I'm thinking the one that's called Petal here. We'll do that at the end. So Half Magic did send these to me, and these are the new shadows. They did send me one of their palettes as well, and I just put them in like this. And I'm gonna see if I'm able, if I lean to the side, if I'm able to put some swatches of me just swatching these shadows. There are 5 different shadows, and they are like duochrome sparkly toppers. And I just wanna show you what they look like, because I'm gonna be using one of them today. These are being bought in single compartments. They're like little green compostable compartments. You can use them in the compartment. You don't have to put them in a palette like this, but you also can buy a palette like this and you can put any other eyeshadows in, because they have other eyeshadows too, or they're single blushes too. So you can keep them in compartment, or you can move them into this or any other magnetic palette. It's up to you basically. So I think, what do we want to do? I almost want to do this one, because it's like a bluish, it's like a bluish purple to a turquoise, and I really want to try that one. That one is called, if I can get it, this one is called Unicorn Core. And it looks like this, Unicorn Core. You can see, yeah, when I do this, you see there's like a little shift to it. Okay, let us put that on. Should I just use my finger? I think I might actually use just an EO1 and I might spray it just to get it to stick to the powdery base. Picks up really good on the brush and it actually doesn't look overly flaky. I'm just gonna use, because I have the ABH spray here in front of me, and let us see what happens if we put that on the lid. Oh, that is really cool. And oh, I definitely see the purple shift. I don't want it to be like fully opaque because I want it to be a topper shade on this warm look, but that is really cool. I'm just gonna blend it into the orange a little bit by just tapping and just putting some on. So it's like a little dispersed, but you can see there. You see that? It's almost like a pinky purple going to that like turquoisey. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Okay, big fan. I like that so much, and it goes even better than I thought with this look. I mean, normal me would just do prance in the waterline, but I kind of want to do something orange in the waterline. We'll see what I have, but I'm gonna first do that matte. It is called Petal. I'm gonna first do that in the inner corner. And let me do a little mascara as well. And let me see if I can find something for the waterline. Because this is so cool. Oh, I'm loving it. Okay, so I actually used this one from House Labs. It is called Sienna Matte. And that is a brush. And it is this like kind of muted reddish clay orange. And I think that this is exactly what we were looking for the waterline. I think it's really cool. So I have the highlighters in 3 different colors. I have this one that is called, let me see, Glaze It Butter. And then I have the one that's called Number 1 Butter. Listen, I didn't make up these names. And Butter Mint. And these 3 colors, I bought the 2, like the mint and the purple, of course, I bought because I thought they were a little fun. And then the more champagne-y one, because I'm like, this is probably the one that I'm going to be using. And I'm thinking, because this is how it looks now, the makeup look, I'm thinking maybe we'll do a little bit of the purple, because I want to see what this looks like. This one also says highlighter, and this one says topper finish on the sticker on the top. So I'm guessing it's because this one is a little bit more sparkly. I don't know. But it definitely is more sparkly when I'm picking it up. Let's see how this one is looking if I put a little bit of this on top. Oh, it's definitely giving a little bit more of a purpley hue. I think you can see. You know what? I'm actually not hating on that. I'm just so excited that highlighters are coming back and we might see more of them. That actually looks like, look at how icy and nice that is. I'm so excited about the return of highlighter. So excited. Okay, let me just dab with the brush that I had blush on before and just see if I can. I mean, that looks really cool. And it definitely did give a little purple to the cheeks. You can see it gave a little bit of a cool tone purple sheen. That's interesting. I'm very intrigued by these highlighters. I can't wait to use them more. I think they look so cool. So this is the look, and I do think that the look is pretty much done. I'm gonna put on a half lash, but I also realized I bought something. This isn't new, but I bought this out of a recommendation of one of you, and you told me that I should get the Maximal Sleek Satin Lipstick in Call It Cozy. So this is the new satin formula, like the re-release from MAC, and you told me that this one is something that I really love, which is a yellow leaning beige, a nude with a yellow undertone, which is everything I want. So I am actually gonna try this one on because I think it's gonna look really cool, and we're here trying new makeup. And I haven't really tried, I haven't really tried the reformulation of the MAC lipsticks, but I am very much in my MAC era. I think MAC is making really incredible products. That is definitely a yellow leaning nude. It definitely requires a little bit more of a brownie lip liner. So let me fix that and put on a half lash. But I just love a yellow. I know it's not for everyone. I know that, and it's definitely the wrong lip liner right now. But I just think it's so fun and so cool. I kind of wish it was a matte though. But that is so fun. And if you also have a golden undertone or a yellow undertone, definitely try something like this. It's actually surprisingly flattering with the right lip liner. Okay, there we are. I cannot wait to wear this lipstick with a little bit more of a tan, because right now there is no tan, has left the chat. Left the chat in like, I don't know, November. But it's okay. Can I just say, obsessed with the cheeks. That I'm ready for 2016 makeup to come back, and if that means glowing, blinding cheeks, that is amazing. I didn't love. Okay, let me bring this one out. I didn't love the NYX butter. I didn't love the NYX butter bronzers. I thought they were too pigmented. I didn't think they were easy to blend. I thought they had weird undertones. Not for me. I didn't love I didn't hate the blushes, but I didn't love the blushes either. They were fine. The highlighters, I am on board. I'm ready. I'm really enjoying it. I think the cheek trio was really beautiful as well. I really like this eyeshadow. It's really stunning. Overall, I thought everything was really nice. I did wait a little bit before I came back and did my last thing, just to give the skin tint like another 30 minutes to settle in. It doesn't feel like anything. It feels really nice. It feels like skincare that has sunk into the skin. It looks really nice too. I'm obsessed with your cheeks. I'm obsessed with it. I think this was a very successful run. I'm very excited about these things. Don't forget to check the description box for more info. Let me know if you tried any of these things. And thank you so much again, June's Journey, for sponsoring another video on my channel. You can also read more about that in the top of the description box down below. I hope you're having an amazing, amazing, amazing day. And I will see you soon again in a new video. Bye.